What if I told you that you could learn 10 times faster than you do right now? Without studying more hours, without burning out, and without being some freakish child prodigy. Sounds like clickbait, right? But here's the truth. The way most people learn is so broken they're basically trying to run a marathon in a swimming pool. They're splashing around, putting in effort, and going nowhere. Today I'm going to show you how to drain the pool and hit the track, the proven way to learn anything in a fraction of the time. This isn't magic, it's method. And once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee how much time you've been wasting. Here's the brutal reality. Most people think learning means input, reading more, watching more tutorials, cramming more information into their brains. But your brain isn't a hard drive. It doesn't store everything perfectly. In fact, within 24 hours, you forget about 70% of what you just learned. That's the forgetting curve, and it's your brain's way of saying, sorry, I've got better things to do. If you don't fight this curve, you'll spend your whole life relearning the same things. And that's exactly what school never taught you, how to make knowledge stick. The fastest learners in the world all follow the same 3 rules. Active recall, forcing your brain to pull information out instead of just shoving it in. Spaced repetition, revisiting material at precise intervals before you forget it. Deliberate practice, focusing only on the high-value parts of a skill, not the easy fluff. Let me break that down. If you just read something, your brain says, cool, nice story, and tosses it in the bin. If you try to explain it without looking, your brain goes, wait, I need this, and strengthens the connection. That's why active recall works like magic, because your brain hates looking stupid. School trained you to cram, take a test, and then instantly forget everything. It rewarded short-term memorization, not long-term mastery. It also trained you to focus on covering material instead of mastering it. Think about it, you never got a grade for learning fastest. You got a grade for not making mistakes on paper that one day. So we grow up thinking more time equals more learning. Wrong. In reality, more engagement equals more learning. Hear what research says about retention. Reading 10% retention. Hearing a lecture 20%. Watching a video 30%. Discussing with others 50%. Doing the actual thing 75%. Teaching it to someone else 90%. See the problem? Most of us spend all our time stuck in the bottom layers. If you want to learn 10x faster, you have to live in the top 2 layers, doing and teaching. Even if you've just started learning something, you can teach it. Teach your friend, your dog, your imaginary YouTube audience. Doesn't matter, your brain doesn't care about your credentials, it just cares that you're using the knowledge. Here's the kicker. In every skill, most of your results come from a tiny set of techniques or concepts. Want to learn guitar? 80% of pop songs use just 4 chords. Want to code? A handful of concepts power most apps. Want to speak a new language? You only need the top 300-500 words for basic fluency. The trick is to identify the high-value 20% first, then hammer it with active recall and spaced repetition until it's burned into your muscle memory. Step 1. Read or watch your material once without taking obsessive notes. Step 2. Close it. Force yourself to write down everything you remember. Step 3. Check what you missed. Step 4. Repeat, but each time increase the gap between sessions. Why? Because the gap is the workout. It's like muscle training. The struggle to remember is what makes the memory stronger. You've probably heard of flashcards. But the magic isn't the flashcards themselves, it's when you review them. Spaced repetition software like Anki or Quizlet schedules cards so you see them just before you're about to forget. This way, every review locks the memory deeper. No cramming, no burnout. If you're learning facts, languages, formulas, this is a cheat code. Most people practice by doing what they're already good at. That's why they plateau. Deliberate practice means targeting your weaknesses with surgical precision. If you're learning basketball and you suck at free throws, you don't just play more games, you shoot 100 free throws a day. If you're learning piano and trip over the same 4 bars, you loop those bars until you can play them in your sleep. This feels uncomfortable, and that's how you know it's working. You have to stop treating learning like a hobby and start treating it like a skill stack. The faster you learn, the faster you can stack skills. The faster you stack skills, the faster you become unstoppable in your field. It's not about knowing everything, it's about knowing the right things at the right time and knowing them better than 99% of people. This is why speed learning isn't just about study hacks. It's about compounding your advantage over everyone still grinding the old way. For the next week, pick one skill you want to improve. Identify the top 20% of concepts that drive results. Practice them daily with active recall and deliberate focus. Review with spaced repetition. Teach it to someone, even if it's just recording yourself explaining it. By day 7, you'll be shocked at how much sharper and faster you are. If you want to learn anything faster, stop hoarding information. Stop pretending you're not ready to teach yet. Pull it out of your head, struggle to recall it, and hammer the weak spots until they break. Speed learning isn't about talent, it's about process. The pool is drained. The track is open. Now run. Subscribe to Drawn to Mastery, where we turn self-improvement into weapons you can actually use.